Hello, Virgo. My name is Missy, and I am here to do a bullshit and the blessing reading for the second half of September. But, that doesn't necessarily, like, if you're finding this video and it's not September of 2022 anymore, don't worry. If the details of this reading fit your situation, then the reading is meant for you. So these readings are meant to be timeless and general in nature. Again, if they fit, it's meant for you, regardless of when you come across it. But if they don't fit, don't try to make it. You're just going to do more harm. You're going to frustrate yourself. Nobody wants that. Obviously, I am not a doctor, lawyer, or accountant. So if you need advice in any of those areas, you will want to, hire a professional. And, please don't do anything simply because I suggest it in one of these videos. Again, you're an adult. You know your situation better than I do. I'm only reading the cards in this moment right now. And it's a general reading for a bunch of people. So, even if this was a reading where I was sitting in front of you, I would still tell you to make decisions based on your own knowledge of you. Like, you know your situation better than I do. I'm a stranger, okay? Don't let me make your decisions for you, is what I'm getting at. Make your own decisions based on your own intuition and your own skills and abilities. Okay, with that said, because we have Mercury retrograde in Libra and Mars in Gemini, we are going to take it very slowly with these readings because we don't want to miss any important details. This retrograde is happening in Libra, which is 7th house energies. It's going to move into Virgo and then back into Libra before he stations direct. That means that a lot of people are going to be, dealing with the healing of relationship issues. It could also be some work issues because Virgo is 6th house energy, and this has to do with, work, charity, how you spend your time each day. Like, what are you doing every day? So maybe this retrograde, which is always an opportunity to revisit or restructure something. And right now we're in the midst of, 6 planets in retrograde. So maybe there's something around your work or health that needs to be restructured as well. But either way, we want to make sure that we slow down and really pay attention to the details, whether we're in a reading or you're just walking through life. Right, that's always a good idea with Mercury retrograde, but especially now when we're dealing with our relationships, our contracts, our responsibilities, our job, right? Because 7th house issues can also cover contracts, promises, and responsibilities that we have made or that we have to others. So what we're going to do here is, like I said, I'm just going to I'm going to abandon my quest to make these videos as short as possible, or to get them over, to do them as quickly as possible. And I'm just going to read this the way that I would if I wasn't worried about anything being posted on social media. The only reason that I try to do these readings quickly is because it's easier to upload to YouTube. We have the song Sail, AWOL Nation, in the background. So I forgot what I was saying. Something about, because if I'm not paying attention, like if I'm not worried about, social media and how quick these videos have to be, I take my time with these readings, and that's what I'm going to do today so that we don't miss the details. But we're going to start with charms to get a general energy, and then we'll look at the cards to get more details. And actually, let's go ahead and get right into that. It's a piece of tourmaline. It tried to jump out of my hands. So when that happens, when something tries to jump out of my hand, it can mean there's a chance you could lose an opportunity. But the interesting thing about that tourmaline trying to jump out of my hand, and I'm noticing that you have this lighthouse as well. Okay, so the lighthouse coming out right next to my ruby is also important. Actually, it's right next to the ruby and the selenite, and it's up here where it says maybe. So let's go to the lighthouse first before we talk about the tourmaline. The lighthouse, lighthouses are there for protection. They protect ships from the rocks, right? They light the way. They show you exactly where you need to be in the dark, right? That's the whole purpose of a lighthouse. Tourmaline is also a very protective, it's a protective crystal. Tourmaline protects you by shining a light or bringing light through your own personal chakra body, right? It distributes it along. If you look at a piece of tourmaline, it has striations, right? You can see in it when you look at its structure, especially if you look at it under a microscope, but you can see it a little bit even in this polished, or, well, it's not really a polished piece. This is a natural piece. It came like this, but you can see those lines. Those are striations. Tourmaline carries light along those striations through your chakra body, similar to this lighthouse, right? And the reason that it does that, or the reason that it's so protective, is because it does that, because it helps to keep you balanced. It helps to keep you confident, right? If you can keep your mental and emotional and physical self balanced, that will increase your confidence, which in turn protects you. So there's something around confidence, being shown the proper way, following the light, maybe even guiding others in some way, right? That's coming through for Virgo. Now, it is the main focus because the tourmaline came out in the very center of the board. At least security and protection is your main focus. It's what you are focused on because it was sitting directly on top of the eye. And it could be security around work because we do have the bee also on the eye. You've got the slice of pizza, which is food in abundance, again, more security, energy. So Virgo is really, really focused on their security. And look, we've got the Eye of Horus here as well. Again, more protective energy, but also predictive energy. You do have the $100 bill, which came out upside down. So I feel like there are expenses. It could be involving an L. That could be a person, place, or thing with the letter L. There, again, there's confusion. You've got the question mark next to the no. If there's a yes or no question that you are asking, if you're confused about something and you're wanting to know yes or no, the answer is no. But there's definite worry about security, resources, being on the right path. Are you headed in the right direction? Maybe you might be, because you had the lighthouse come out over maybe. Oh, and listen, the song that just came through. First thing he says, we don't have to worry about the money. It's cool, by Anthony Hamilton. So yeah, you're worried about it. You're focused on it. I don't think you need to be. I think there's a good chance that you're on the right path. But you're questioning it, or you're questioning something. You have the Queen up here next to yes, but she's upside down again, so she doesn't see, maybe she doesn't see her power. That's kind of how that's coming through. She's not paying attention to her power. The Queen controls, right? She rules, she controls, she makes the decisions. So yes, you control this. You make this decision. You have Sagittarius coming through. We also have the kangaroo right next to the Sagittarius. Now, kangaroos, the pouch, that's how they protect their baby. Again, talk more protection. So maybe there's a Sagittarius that plans on protecting you or would like to protect you. But he's saying be patient with it coming out overweight. We have this one that says branded since 1982. I bought a bunch of charms one day, and this is one that came with it, and I just kept it in there. So maybe 1982 is somehow important to you, or something else that it says on this thing. So I'm going to let it focus so you can read it. Maybe you're trying to run a business or start a business, and you want to know if it's going to be successful. That just kind of hit me. That was over here with rephrase, I think. I don't remember where that one was, to be honest now. don't know why I'm getting so distracted today. Oh, and we have this tourmalated quartz. Again, more tourmaline, more protection, but you got to get balanced. You got to get balanced. You got to get balanced. That's what tourmalated quartz does. The clear quartz is a master healer. That's what balances the chakra, the healing, meditation. You might benefit from some Reiki if if you're even into that kind of thing. If not, then you need to go and like take a vacation, have some spa time or something. Go, like, literally go and be by yourself for a while, especially in the next few months because of where this fell. Like do it continuously for several months. I feel like that's what it's saying. Don't just do it once, like once and I'm good. No, that's not how it works. You have to keep doing it, continue. It has to be a pattern. It has to become a habit. Oh, I just noticed the moon right next to this piece of blue kyanite here. So the moon is all about your emotions, but this is... Kyanite has to do, like the moon is always about intuition, and it's the same thing with like kyanite, especially blue kyanite. It has to do with like communication and messages, right? So I feel like it's saying to pay attention, like your intuition, the intuition, the messages that you're getting are they're definitely spot on. Like, pay attention, you're correct. Don't question it. Actually, hold up. So coming back here, give me 1 second. Make sure I'm getting ready to say something that's accurate, because there's a difference between the Eye of Horus and the Eye of Ra. Okay, so we have the song, hold on. This one shows it both ways. Oh no, this is the Eye of Horus. I thought so, but I got confused there for a second. So, hold on, let me look up the Eye of Ra, because it literally, depending on which direction the eye is looking, one is the Eye of Horus and the other is the Eye of Ra. Father and son, by the way, they're very similar. The thing is that the Eye of Ra, actually what it says right here, the Eye of Ra is a being in ancient Egyptian mythology that functioned as a feminine counterpart to the sun god Ra, and a violent force that subdues his enemies. And they're showing, no, this is the Eye of Horus. So Horus is the protection related to the moon. According to this, the left eye being the Eye of Horus, relating to the moon. The right eye is the Eye of Ra, relating to the sun. So the sun god Ra is the father of Horus. And Ra, or the Eye of Ra, is the feminine version, the destructive force of the sun god. Okay, now this is the Eye of Horus. So the Eye of Horus, let me go back. I'm going to read to you what it says. So the Eye of Horus is a concept and symbol in ancient Egyptian religion that represents well-being, healing, and protection. It derives from the mythical conflict between the god Horus and his rival Set, in which Set tore out or destroyed one or both of Horus's eyes, and the eye was subsequently healed or returned to Horus with the assistance of another deity, such as Thoth. So very interesting, because Thoth is Mercury, basically, or Hermes. Hermes Trismegistus is another version of Thoth. Some believe that Hermes Trismegistus is like a later incarnation after the fall of Atlantis. But it says Horus subsequently offered the eye to his deceased father Osiris, and its revitalizing power sustained Osiris in the afterlife. It could also represent other concepts such as the moon, whose waxing and waning was likened to the injury and restoration of the eye. Especially because we've got the moon here, we had the moon over here talking about your intuition. And when I was talking about that, that's when I noticed this. And I was thinking, well, if this is the eye of Ra, the sun is always related to intuition and clarity. But if your intuition is telling you that you are in danger, I think your intuition is wrong. I think it's an illusion because of Mercury retrograde. And I think what this is trying to say is that you are protected, because protection has come through in this reading so many times. Also, the song just finished, and I meant to tell you, it was If You Only Knew by Shinedown. Again, whoever this Sagittarian energy is here really wants to protect you. Really wants to protect you. Interesting, now we have Enemy by Papa Roach. Maybe they want to protect you from your enemies, even if your enemy or enemies are just poverty. But when after reading what it says here with Horus and Set, that comes through as well. So again, just take that however it resonates for your situation. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the cards to see if we can get any more detail for what's going on. Oh, interesting. It's now it's saying, because I got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, because I'm running from the enemies and the enemy inside. But I feel like this person, it's saying, it's like your enemies would be saying, I've got nowhere to run, I've got nowhere to hide, because this person is protecting you. Very interesting. Take it however it resonates for your situation. One more. It doesn't feel quite cleared yet. There we go. We got the Two of Cups. Hold on. So we're starting out with the Two of Cups. This is like a partnership, a relationship. We already knew that with the Sagittarius. At least someone wants it to be, if it's not already a partnership. They definitely want it to be. They want to protect you. Look at Seven of Cups. They don't know how to proceed. Hold on. The Seven of Cups is like confusion. I've got so many choices, I don't know what to do. And that kind of calls up this question mark over here. There's some confusion attached to this choice. We've got the Sun. Oh, look at the Sun and the Fool. This is all new beginning, new beginning and happy energy. We need to bring that out, absolutely. And then look, now you've got the Lovers with the Hermit, more major arcana. Now, and that leaves the Ace of Wands with the Two of Pentacles. So it's like new beginning that brings balance. Or new beginning to balance things out. But here, right here, so the Fool is, again, a new beginning. Again, just reiterating what it's saying. It's like saying the same thing over. Something is a new beginning. It's scary. Also, in this particular deck, or in this particular Fool, I want to show you what it looks like up close, because there's a couple of important things. I think this talks to how you're worried about finances or security or something. So number one, you can see the petals are coming off of that lily. Now, let me go back to Sagittarius wanting to protect you. Lilies can represent secret admirers. So if you're not already in a relationship with this person, you could be, see that purse on the end there? I feel like that's important as well, but that's not what I wanted to point out. What I wanted to point out is the egg. So as you can see, it looks like as he's getting ready to step off the cliff into the unknown, he's also getting ready to kick that egg, or it kind of looks like he might accidentally kick the egg, but the dog is seeing it. So I feel like, well, I wanted to point out the egg, but now that I see this dog watching him almost kick the egg, like if he kicks the egg, it kills it, right? We don't know if the egg is fertilized or whatever, but let's assume the egg is fertilized and there's like a baby going to hatch out of it. You kick that egg off the cliff, there goes this abundance, right? It cracks the egg, it kills the baby inside, whatever the case is. But this dog that sees it happening, dogs represent friends, friendship, loyal friends at that. So I think maybe you have this loyal friend who's kind of seeing this happening, and they might warn you before you do something foolish, right? But that's kind of a little bit of a side message. Like it could be this Sagittarius who's warning you. They could be kind of watching you, warning you of doing something foolish. But I think you are sitting in this position right here of the Fool, and you're kind of scared because you're getting ready to step off that cliff, and you don't want to look down, and that's the reason you don't see the egg, right? Because you're afraid to take that leap of faith. That's the reason you're not looking down. But you've got someone loyal around you who's watching out for you, possibly the Sagittarius. And you're very grateful for it with the Sun card here. And I feel like because you're very grateful for it, I think that brings you together. But then you've got the Hermit. Now, once it brings you together, you're like, well, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? It bringing you together brings the question, right? Because the Hermit is in this position. Now, this is the card of Virgo, and I know we're in Virgo's reading, but the Hermit card is all about doing your shadow work, going within. And so that's the reason that, look at how tattered his robes are. You see the dogs even look nervous and scared, right? Like that's anger and peace at war with each other. Like there's something where you need to balance out, you need to go within, you need to do this shadow work in order to get yourself out of those tattered robes, off that mountaintop and back down into civilization, so that you can get yourself some new clothes, right? Some new, whatever. It doesn't have to be new clothes. I'm just saying that because, like, you know, he needs some sustenance, he needs some security, and you have to come down off of the mountain in order to get that security. It's a new beginning. It will bring balance. I think there is, again, because of the way this in the background is kind of cloudy, the sun is peeking up, right? This is like action. Action could be angry action because the bird is red. Like you see something, it makes you angry and you want to take action on it, right? And that's what balances things out. That could be the thing that brings you down off your mountain as well. We have the song, hold on. Two Black Cadillacs, Carrie Underwood. Okay. You feel like once this happens, right? This question, like you're going to have to do a lot of, like, okay, so here's the thing. You're going to have to do a lot of soul searching about this person that wants to take care of you, I think. I think there's no other way to say it. That's just, I was trying to look for a different way to say it. I don't know why I was trying to look for a different way to say it either. To be honest with you, like maybe you're trying to avoid the shadow work. Maybe that's why I was trying to find a different way to say it, because your desire is to avoid this. I don't think you can. And if you don't know what shadow work is, well, first of all, don't ever try to do shadow work without any support. Like you should always do this kind of the work with a therapist, or at least a really, really, really good friend who is not afraid to like call you out on your BS. And I don't mean somebody who bullies you. I mean somebody who's very honest with you. Meaning if you're being too hard on yourself, they will call you out on it. But if you're being too hard on someone else, they'll call you out on it too. Someone who is really honest with you. Someone who really loves you and wants the best for you. You have to have support when you do shadow work, because it's very painful, it's very difficult, and it's not to be taken lightly. it's very serious work. Maybe that's the reason that you've been avoiding it. And it could be centered around somebody cheating because of the song, you know. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this here because, what else can you say? Like, I can't really tell you a whole lot more about what's going to come because right now it's saying, like, this is the last card in your reading. It's saying the shadow work is the most important thing. You have to do that first to get yourself off of that mountain. I don't know why I keep saying it like that either. Like, maybe you've been isolating yourself already. Or maybe you know what, God, I'm sorry to say it this way, but like maybe you hold yourself above, you hold yourself higher. Take that however, there might be somebody out there, take it however it resonates. If you hold yourself above, and you might need to humble yourself or something. I don't know, whatever. My battery is dying, which means I'm going to have to end this here, but I do hope that it resonates. If it does not, please stick around. There may be another reading for you here on the channel that does. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, hit the notification bell, anything that you can to help me, and it really does help me. And for that, I am very grateful for you watching, and thank you.